Good morning. Welcome. Thanks for tuning in to Kilat Shari Torah's daily Sefirat Haomer, counting of the Omer, plus bonus spiritual insights and opportunities for growth. For Friday, May 6th, today is the 20th day of the Omer. Hayom Esrim Yom Shehem Shnei Shavuot V'Shisha Yamim LaOmer. We are working our way through Chani Juravel's Sefira for Our Lives. Very nice book of insights and thoughts about how to use the cryptic and mystical little listing of Sefirot in our Siddur that gives a couple of Hebrew words but not a whole lot of explanation. Really opens up a wealth of insight and potential growth opportunities if we take them. Here's what she offers for today. Day 20, the Sefira of the day is Yesod Shebetiferes, bonding in compassion. Today's Midah, Yesod of Tiferes, highlights the Yesod, the foundational bonds that we build with others through Tiferes, compassion that we either offer or receive. One-time acts of kindness born out of being a generally compassionate person are beautiful, she writes. But to go even higher in the Midah of Tiferes, we want to achieve a sense that we are utilizing our compassion to forge bonds beyond mere isolated acts. You know, I always get a kick out of that framed dollar bill on the wall of the pizza shop that shows how fondly the owners remember the person that compassionately gave them the chance and bought their very first slice of pizza. In parentheses, she writes, remember when it was $1? As Jews, we express a similar sense of long-lasting reflective gratitude every year. At the Pesach Seder, we sit together and we reiterate all the kindnesses we got from Hashem at our initial stage of connection to Him then. For each of the kindnesses God bestowed upon us, we say, Dayenu, it would have been sufficient. Sufficient for what? While the kindness on its own might not have achieved the end goal per se, the classic question arises when we thank God for bringing us to Mount Sinai, even without giving us the Torah. When we affirm that with the word Dayenu, and we say that each kindness would have been sufficient for us to feel deep appreciation towards God and experience the bond between us that came from that singular, even isolated act of compassion to us, even if it wouldn't have had the ones that followed. So now, in my relationships with others, do I reminisce about their kindnesses and allow their glow to light up our bond? Okay, she goes into depth here and tell you the story. There was an elderly man who, no matter what the weather was, however he was feeling, or what else was on his agenda, this is a story she's telling, spent hours a day visiting his wife in her nursing facility. He would read her the newspaper cover to cover, eat with her, talk with her, show her pictures. The woman was oblivious to him. She was in a severe state of dementia. She was living in her own world. One day, being just so pained at seeing this man coming day in and day out so selflessly, an orderly on the floor approached the gentleman and said, "Sir, you're such a wonderful person. You don't have to be doing this. I can totally understand if the way you're acting towards your wife is coming out of a sense of guilt. I wanted you to give you permission just to be finally relieved of it. I'm sure she has no idea of who you are at this point." The man looked at him and said, "I appreciate your concern. I'm not coming here because I expect her to know who I am." He said, "I'm coming here because I know who she is." It's irrelevant whether or not we're still receiving their compassion. It's irrelevant whether or not that person is here in the way she once was. Compassion has the power to create a yesod, a bond that doesn't just go away. It becomes an eternal part of us, our lives, the love between us and our legacy of who we both become to each other. Today's call to action, her spiritual exercise for the day: feelings never die. They are just as real in the present as they were in the past. We typically have no problem recalling the difficult memories. Choosing to create a new pathway and choosing to create a new pathway of recall for positive bonding memories creates a new focus and a more connected, bigger picture. Try to put together a mini Yesod journal in which you recall and record at least 10 examples of people who were really there for you in some way in the past. Read each example over, fleshing out the memory and reliving the sense of connection you felt toward those people at that time. Let those memories warm you. Very nice. Tonight, Erev Shabbos, earliest time you can light candles and welcome usher in the Holy Shabbat, 6:57 p.m. Were we to join for our minyan and shul, which we're not quite ready to do yet, it would be at 7 o'clock. We would daven mincha, we would daven Kabbalat Shabbat, and then Ma'ariv. and count the Omer, of course, adding 1 to the 20 which we counted today. Actual candlelighting is 8:08 p.m. this evening. Tomorrow we'll daven as normal. Now that we're back to normal davening, at 9:15 a.m. You do not need to pre-register, just come. And Shabbat concludes at 9:17 p.m. And in Ma'ariv, of course, we count the Omer yet again. Have a wonderful Shabbos, Shabbat Shalom, all the very best. We look forward to seeing you in Shul, hopefully, and soon thereafter as well. Good Shabbos.